ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Yes Bank, Federal Bank, Central Bank of India, Bandhan Bank, and NESFB should work towards improving their CD ratio in the coming years. Let me just point out the figures. Yes Bank, CD ratio is 12.2%. Bandhan is 15.93. Axis is 16.02. ICICI is 25.54. HDFC is 31.74. CBI is 34.24. Federal is 36.9. NESFB is 37.08. The low percentage of CD ratio have been discussed in every meeting in the past, but there has not been any desirable progress so far. For example, if the CD ratio of a particular bank is only 10%, it means that 90% of the money deposited by the local people here in Mizoram are loaned out to outside Mizoram. This is unfair. This is an injustice to the state of Mizoram as well as to the depositors. Banks which cannot improve their CD ratio are not needed here. If I open my mouth, you will not have any single depositor. So please take care. By next meeting, I would like to see much progress. Number 3 is priority sector lending. The priority sector lending in the state stands at 5,553.52 crores as of September 2024, which constitutes 51.39% of the total advances. Even though it is above the minimum benchmark of 40%, for an equitable development of all segments of the society, we need to improve it further. Number 4, annual credit plan performance. The banks as a whole has achieved 47.50% target as of September 2024. The achievement percentage in agriculture is 31.50%. MSME is 69.11%. and other priority sector is 20.63%, which is not satisfactory. On the analysis of the performance of individual banks, I am concerned that there are still banks who have not disbursed any loans in agriculture, MSME, or other priority sector. I appreciate the efforts of SBI, MRB, and Mizoram Cooperative Bank in taking the leadership role for implementing schemes directed at priority sector. I urge all the banks to take this sector seriously, as my government is totally focused at improving the livelihood of the people engaged in agriculture. MSME and other priority sectors like self-help groups, joint livelihood groups, and others in the organized sectors. Government-sponsored schemes. Banks have disbursed 12,615 numbers of loan under various GSS amounting to rupees 240 crore. Government flagship programs are launched mainly for the overall economic improvement of the common people and the development of the country. Contribution from all the banks is very crucial, and all banks must sanction new loans under these schemes without making petty excuses. I desire that the RBI, the BOD, and SLBC should review the performance in this sector. I will also direct the line departments to work in close coordination with the banks, and I'm confident this will improve lending under the various government sponsor schemes like PMMY, PMEGP, SUI, PMS, Manili, PM, Vishwakarma, etc. Coverage under social security schemes, PMJZBY, PMSBY, and FBY should improve further. Unholding scheme. The government of Mizoram has signed an agreement with three banks: State Bank of India, Mizoram Rural Bank, and Mizoram Cooperative Bank on 18/12/2024 for proper implementation of the unholding scheme. This is one of the flagship schemes of the government, wherein trained progress partners will avail loans for economic activity to be pursued by them. Previously, they were used to be called as beneficiaries, but this government calls them as progress partners. And the selection of progress partners is done by the respective nodal department, and the selection has to be done without the interference of politics. They should select only those people worthy of selection. And apart from selecting, the partners will be given training, and after giving them training, they will be given loans. And those people, the nodal officers who have selected them, will again supervise them, and they should not be transferred unless and until the project is completed. So there's a lot of change now, and this is why we are going to build up more confidence in between the government and the banks, and maybe in future we'll have to sign an agreement with more banks also. This is one of the benefits and enablers to the participating banks have been spelled out. Monitoring of the progress under the scheme will be held from time to time. Of late, we have learned that most of the branches in Mizoram are facing the problem of shortage of manpower, and this is in turn has a negative impact on delivery of services. Delay in sanctioning of loan, especially small loans in private sector, which could be one of the reasons for poor performance in key areas. Accordingly, all controlling heads of banks present here today are advised to review the manpower position in their branches and arrange to adequately staff all their branches, including those in the remote areas of the state. SBI, MRB, and cooperative banks especially need to deploy adequate manpower to make unholding benefit scheme successful from the initial days of implementation. Thank you.